concerning a NASA scientist who saw alien ships, extraterrestrial ships in Saturn's rings. More details about this. Norman Bergram, former longtime NASA and aerospace industry scientist and author of The Ringmakers of Saturn, who claims there are huge spaceships in Saturn's rings that may be becoming dangerous to Earth and also the rest of the solar system. According to biographical accounts, Dr. Norman Bergram worked for 12 years as a research scientist at the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, NACA, the predecessor to NASA's Ames Research Center, in the areas of airplane thermal ice prevention and roll stability laws for airplanes, missiles, and rockets. And he spent 13 years at Lockheed Missiles and Space Company before founding Bergram Berg Run Research and Engineering in 1971. Author of 2 books and numerous papers, Dr. Bergram wrote The Ringmakers of Saturn back in 1986. So in his book, Bergram analyzes photographs of Saturn's rings taken by Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 spacecrafts in 1980 and 1981. So these are NASA images. He then details his theory that the rings were formed by giant electromagnetic vehicles, he calls them EMVs, which are possibly being controlled by intelligent beings. He states that the 7,000-mile long elliptical ships, so that's how huge they are, 7,000 miles long, are currently orbiting Saturn within the rings and emitting visible exhaust. Later analysis by Dr. Bergram and others suggest the same or similar ships are in orbit even around the Sun and in Jupiter and around Uranus. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. Now, this is a close-up of the F ring of Saturn and one of the objects in there. Now, Bergram refers to these ships as, quote, living alien spaceships, end quote. That's what he calls them, because they maintain themselves, and this is the big one, and they also self-replicate, he says. It's the ability that worries him now, because they self-replicate. He believes new ships are being created at an alarming rate that are taking energy from the rings of Saturn, Jupiter, and Uranus, and possibly getting ready to move around the solar system. So why are they doing that? To continue to replicate, create more rings around other planets, absorb energy, the usual things living alien spaceships do. Having 7,000-mile long spaceships orbiting our Earth, replicating and absorbing energy is probably not a good thing, which could be why Bergram is generating one last warning. He's in his mid-90s. There have been some recent activities in Saturn's rings which create dots that could be connected to Bergram's theories. Recently, photographs from Cassini's probe showed what looked like a rip in Saturn's F-ring that was caused by something exiting from the rings. Probably a space rock, but could it have possibly also been a ship heading out to procreate and populate the solar system? Now then, in a little bit after that, there was another Cassini photograph showing a strange bend in Saturn's A and F rings. That turned out to be an optical illusion caused by the planet's atmosphere absorbing light and acting as a giant distorting lens. As a respected, well-educated, and widely experienced space scientist, Dr. Bergram has quite a few followers of this and other theories from the Ringmakers of Saturn. There's a video here in the article I leave below for you. And Bergram's writings are interesting and thought-provoking for those open to the idea of massive, self-replicating, living alien spaceships coming to build rings around planets and to absorb their energy. This by Paul Seaburn, Mysterious Universe on Bended Reality. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support.